what's going on, everybody? You might remember I did a video on Unity's, we'll just say insane charges that they were trying to implement on people who were making video games using the Unity engine. You know, the one that charged you a subscription fee, then the one that charged you the download fee, and then the one that charged you any time the game was installed, i.e., you could install it 3 or 4 times and troll these video game companies into essentially being bankrupt. Yeah, we got an update on that. One of gaming's most hated CEOs says goodbye again. John Riccitiello is retiring from Unity after torching the company's reputation. CEO John has retired from the game development software company Unity after possibly its worst month of bad headlines ever. The tech company that slowly morphed into an in-game advertising firm announced a confusing and seemingly predatory new set of fees for game makers in September, only to walk the policy back after the studios threatened to abandon the Unity game engine. As they should. Like, if you want to charge people a fee to use your engine, cool. You want to charge them for your engine itself? That's cool. Like, you did the work, you should get paid for it. But charging them every time somebody installs a game or downloads a game is insane. And maybe I could justify the download fee if it was coming from like a Unity platform where you had to download it from Unity specifically. Like, maybe I could understand that. It's a stretch, but maybe. James Whitehurst, former head of IBM-acquired open-source software company Red Hat, will take over for Riccitiello as interim CEO while Unity's board of directors searches for a new long-term replacement. It has been a privilege to lead Unity for nearly a decade and serve our employees, customers, developers, and partners, all of whom have been instrumental to the company's growth. Unlike you dipshit. I look forward to supporting Unity through this transition and follow the company's future success. It's a PR statement if I ever heard one. Hey, you're going to say this or we're going to tell everybody we fired you for being a fucking moron and almost ruining the entire company. Riccitiello joined Unity back in 2014, shortly after leaving EA. Now it makes sense. He oversaw the game engines company's shift from one-time licensing fees to an ongoing subscription model, launched the IPO in 2020, and made a series of acquisitions, including in-app monetization firm IronSource in 2022. When Unity first went public, its stock price was around $68. Today, it's just over $30. Holy shit. No wonder this dude's getting fired. Once synonymous with the explosion of creativity and experimental design in indie gaming space, Unity's being left behind by Riccitiello a month after a bungled new monetization strategy rolled out, burning bridges with tons of game makers. And it's great to see it. When you fuck up so bad, the entire company's like, yeah, here's your PR statement. Get the fuck out. Fan-fucking-tastic. The initial messaging made it sound like the game developers might be charged fees every time their game was installed, including retroactively. Yes, and I covered that in that video. And I covered that, and I explained how there are no, there's no real tracking metric. It's all trust me, bro. You owe us this money. A follow-up apology by President and General Manager Mark Winton later clarified that the new terms would only apply beginning in 2024 and laid out much bigger carve-outs for smaller studios whose games didn't hit a certain threshold of income. But for many developers, it was too late. The trust in the company had already been irrevocably shaken. Relogic, maker of the Steam hit Terraria, pledged $200,000 toward the creation of a Unity competitor, and Slay the Spire dev Mega Crit says it will still move to rival game software platform Godot. Never heard of that. I'm actually have to look into that, see what that's about. I'm going to assume you guys are gamers, but just in case, I'm going to preface this with, if you're not familiar with how indie games are sold on like the Steam store or some of these other platforms that sell games, indie games can be anywhere from $1 all the way up to $50. And if you're making $1 game, or you know, like, I just want to make a game and test it out and see how it goes. I think I made a fun game. It was really cheap. I'm just going to practically give it away. Or it's not a huge game and you sell it for $5. There was a great chance that you would make $0 off that game. It was insane. Rethinking monetization more aggressively was also one of Riccitello's legacies at EA. You mean DLC and gambling? His 7 years at FIFA, now EA Sports FC, and Battlefield publishers sought experiment with day one DLC microtransactions and a focus on post-launch content. Yeah, this dude is responsible for everything we complain about in video games. While there was no week-long crisis moment on the scale of what happened at Unity last month, it's clear he helped usher in the company's current live service era, which many players now feel nickel and dimed by. Thank you. Even fucking Kotaku agrees with me that this is this fucking dude. Madden and FIFA's loot box modes were both added while he was head of EA, though they didn't become the billion-dollar windfalls they are today until the tenure of his successor, current CEO Andrew Wilson. Yeah, well, that's how it always goes. The guy who does the worst shit doesn't get recognition for it until much later. Then everybody's like, oh, so you're the pile of shit that did it. Perhaps nothing summed up Riccitello's time at both EA and Unity better than another controversial incident last year. In an interview with PocketGamer.biz in July 2022, he called developers who don't think about monetization early in the process fucking idiots. He immediately walked the comments back the next week, calling the article about it clickbait that took his comment out of context, but later apologized. Isn't that funny? Anytime you say something to get called out on your bullshit, they're like, no, that's not what I said. It's out of context. The unforced error came shortly after the company revealed hundreds of layoffs at the same time it was buying Iron Source in a $4.4 billion all-stock deal. 600 more were laid off at Unity this year. Meanwhile, Riccitello, in addition to the millions he has in Unity stock, will be kept on a salary until April 2024. Yeah, no, that sums it all up for me right there. He isn't leaving; he was getting removed. Like that's it. And there's some weird thing in the contract where they can't quite fire him, but they're going to keep paying him, and he's essentially not going to be doing shit. Like this dude, 100% essentially got fired in CEO terms. Fucking retard. Oh, this dude. And just in case any of you are curious what this dude's net worth is, it's over. I think it's over 300 million. Let me fact check that. Yeah, it's damn near close to 300 million. Oh, this guy it utterly destroys companies and video games. He makes a fucking killing off of it. Like these are the people we need to get rid of. Quit destroying our fun. Quit nickel and diming us to death. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking hate this. But guys, that's it for this video. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments section. And until the next one, be easy like sleazy.